This is Small Talk with 101 ESPN's Michelle Smallman.
Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome into episode 142 of Small Talk. I'm your host, Michelle Smallman. Your other host, Steve Ceruti, is here, and boy, is he hyped. We had to put the recording on hold because Steve was watching some very important and very exciting soccer game. So, Steve, please fill us in.
Yeah, so I apologize in advance. It went way longer than I thought it was going to go. Usually PKs are, 5 minutes or so. They end up like 5-4, one team misses. This was the Europa League final between Manchester United, so a very big club, and Villarreal, which is a team in Spain, not like a major club, but a decent club. And for anyone who's wondering what the hell the Europa League final is, it's kind of like the NIT of soccer. Like if the Champions League is the NCAA tournament, the Europa League's the NIT. But it's a little bit bigger than that. Manchester United is one of the biggest clubs in the world. They were playing in it, so it's fun. The penalty kick ended up going, it was 11-10 final score, which is insane. That almost never happens, to the point where both goalies at the end had to take penalty kicks themselves. So they shot against one or the other, and then they swapped places and then shot again. It's amazing. And Manchester United's goalie, David De Gea, missed his penalty, and Villarreal ended up winning 11-10. And it was a massive upset, really, because United's a huge club. But I was just thinking about this, too. For Manchester United's goalie, David De Gea, you literally could not do any worse in a penalty shootout. He allowed all 11 goals, and he missed his penalty kick. Like, you could not do worse. Like, Michelle, you and I could have done just as well or poorly as David De Gea did, not saving one goal and then missing your penalty. So he's one of the most expensive goalkeepers in the world, and he just did not show out there. So not great.
You had 1 and then 1A jobs, sir, and you did not do any of them.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's once you get to the keepers in a penalty, most of those guys aren't used to actually shooting on goal. I mean, they just blast the ball forward from their own net, right? They're not used to actually having pinpoint accuracy on a shot or putting it upper 90, as they call it. So you forgive them for not making it, but to not save 1 out of 11 is not great. It's not great.
Especially when you're trying to win the NIT.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody in soccer, it's all about trophies, so it doesn't really matter. Like trophies are like the rings culture in the NBA nowadays, where it's like, if you don't have a ring in the NBA, you're a loser. It's like, well, there's like some nuance to that. Like Chris Paul's a really good player. He doesn't have a ring, but he's really good. Charles Barkley doesn't have a ring, but he's great. That's like that in soccer. Oh, we don't have a trophy. We didn't win a trophy. So it was kind of funny that they were able to deny Manchester United a trophy there. So. One of the highest paid clubs in the world, too. And David De Gea is I think he's the highest paid goalie in the world, which is insane.
In the whole world?
I think so. If not, he's definitely top 3.
Well, then that is embarrassing.
Yeah. So a little excitement to start the pod today. Let's go. I'm fired up.
Well, I'm fired up, Steve, because a while back we talked about how everyone in the group chat became Jordan Belfort when Reddit was popping with some stock info, and it put the market into chaos. You and I jumped in and we decided to invest some coin into AMC, and a lot of people bailed. A lot of people bailed on AMC.
Quitters.
Yeah, that's right. You and I held strong, and I texted you today. I'm at the gym and I look up on the screen and it's like the meme stock skyrocketing. AMC takes a big search, and I pull up my app and I'm like, oh my God,
I'm rich.
We've done it.
Okay, when you say holding strong, what you really should have said is forgot about it, because I forgot I even had it in there. That to me was lost money. I was like, you know what? I put money in there originally because if I didn't, I'd be annoyed if it actually hit the moon, And I didn't put a life-changing money in there. Just, it's fine. A little bit of change just to make it interesting, right? And I just chalked it up to a lost cause. And now I'm sitting there. I texted you back at me like, do we sell? What's going on? What do we do next? I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do, because I'm not an expert. But you're telling me your people are saying, no, we're holding out.
My people who told me not to sell are also telling me to hold, that they think it's going to go even higher.
I don't know your people, but I trust them because I know nothing.
Well, our people told me to buy it, and my people, who is now our people because they're advising us, also told me to hold. So
we were talking about this a little bit. There's like a weird line though. Like, when do you sell? Like, when is enough? Or when are you comfortable? We talked about this a little bit actually on Ryan's pod with this financial expert, because somebody asked him about cryptocurrency, right? And he was like, I've made $1 million in Bitcoin. Do I cash out? Do I keep going? Like, what do I do? And the guy, to his credit, the finance guy was like, it's a you decision, right? It's whether or not you're comfortable with like losing out. Like if that thing goes to 2 million, are you going to be really upset? Or are you going to be happy that you got 1 million? You know what I mean? It's all about personal preference. And he was also like, if you sell now, you also got to chop half that in half for capital gains, right? You lose half that right off the bat. So you're really not even making 1 million. You're making 500,000, which is still a lot of money, but it's really all about just kind of what your personal line is. So we both kind of agreed. I think if we double our money, we're out.
If I double my money, I know you feel the same. We're out.
All right, that's a good rule. We'll stick by that. So we got a little bit. We got a little bit more to go. I think I probably need another $10. I think you need another 10 or so bucks. So we might have to do this next pod, but we're holding out until we double up. It's double or nothing for us here on Small Talk.
But what if it takes a massive dip and we still have a little bit of a gain? Then we'll have to reassess.
If it like goes flat and it's still up, kind of, I would, again, it's hard for me to say because I assumed I lost this money. So it's not even I don't even feel like I own it. It's just, it's like a lottery ticket. If I get it, it's great. If I don't, then I don't really care. So I'm almost just like, why not just wait it out and see what happens? Plus it is AMC. I'm no financial guy. Like I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that this is the right way to think about it, but movie theaters are opening up again, right? I wanted to go see the new Quiet Place. I want to go this weekend and see it. So I think people are going to start going back to the theater. Is the stock price going to keep going up because of that? Like I actually miss going to the movies. So I'm one of those weird people that likes doing that. So I almost kind of feel like the stock's going to go up because of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally off base on that, but that's my logic.
I thought you were going to say you want to go see the new Cruella movie with Emma Stone.
No interest.
I'm interested in that.
No, I don't. So it's like an origin story for Cruella de Vil. That's it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
but I love Emma Stone. I think she's so talented.
She's great. Totally agree. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see it if it's on HBO. How's that? I'm not like opposed to it, but have you seen a lot of those like live action Disney movies?
I saw The Jungle Book and I thought it blew. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was meh. Mulan was weird. It was too serious. I didn't see Beauty and the Beast.
Didn't see Aladdin.
Didn't see Aladdin either. Yeah. So
but I love the old Jungle Book. I have such a nostalgia thing about that because I had all the Disney movies growing up as a kid because my mom worked for a company, like the Disney company, essentially like the cable company. So she would get those movies for free. And so it was like such a big deal to get the VHS, and, my dad's favorite Disney movie when he was growing up was Jungle Book. So we always watched Jungle Book together. So I have an affinity for the Jungle Book. So whatever they did, I wasn't going to think it was great.
Yeah, that's true. They can't possibly live up to the hype.
Well, there's a difference between a very cute animated bear in Baloo and like an actual bear.
Yeah, that's exactly.
There's a big difference when you're like cute and cuddly and it provides this allure for you as a kid to like an actual bear and an actual panther in the jungle.
Yeah, that was like Lion King. It's cool when they're animated and Simba's a little pup, but like when they are cub, I should say. But when they are actual lions, it's like this is kind of odd. You know what movie I think would be great that I would want? Well, actually, let me just say this first. It was weird because in Mulan they didn't have Mushu, and he was like the funniest part of the movie. Like the little dragon guy. Yeah, he wasn't even in it because it wasn't funny. It was like a serious movie about like the invasion of the Mongolians into China. It was like, am I watching the History Channel? Am I watching Disney? Like, I don't know what's happening right now.
I can't imagine kids loved that.
I don't think it was for kids. I feel like all of these are for us, the people who grew up watching them, and now like, hey, take our money and here's a new version of this movie that's not as good, but you're probably still going to watch it anyway. That's what I think they make these for. They don't make them for kids because the Mulan remake was not a kids movie at all.
Interesting.
But really quickly before we move on, I would watch Hercules as a live action remake. I think Hercules would be a great live action remake. Think about it. Like Hercules himself, like I don't know who's playing him, but maybe it's like one of the Hemsworth brothers.
No, but
really
they're
sick.
Already a superhero or something like that, right?
That's true. But there could be some crossover. Come on, it's a Disney Marvel thing. I don't know. Yeah, you can get some crossover there. Who would play Meg? I don't know, but I always thought she was like one of my favorite of the like the damsels, if you will, in those kind of movies.
Who was your favorite Disney princess? Actually, that could be a good draft, a Disney princess draft. We should do that. Put that one in the hopper.
That is a good one. So you want me to hold off on this? Because I think I have an answer.
Just give me your answer and I won't draft it. Unless it's my favorite one and then all bets are off.
I think it's Belle.
Of course. Girl Next Door.
Yeah, but they're all kind of Girl Next Door.
I mean, come on, that's you.
Who's yours?
You want to know mine?
Yeah.
You'll die. I love Sleeping Beauty because I also love to sleep and nap. So I'm identified with nap culture.
Well, you kind of have a Sleeping Beauty vibe now with the blonde hair, right? Like you're putting that vibe out there.
Her name was Aurora and Briar Rose. I loved that she lived this happy life in the forest and was kind of blissfully unaware of her origin story. And then she met like a hot prince named Philip in the woods, just singing a song. I mean, isn't that everyone's dream that you're just traipsing along one day and you bump into a hot prince?
That's pretty. Isn't that how Meghan Markle? That's pretty much Meghan Markle's origin story, isn't it? Now,
exactly. I don't know if they were singing songs, but either way, I just thought that story was great. But Maleficent was scary AF.
I didn't see that.
No. I mean, and even in the.
Oh, I thought you meant like the one with Angelina Jolie.
Well, that I never saw either. But I'm just saying, of all the Disney villains, if you will, Maleficent is the scariest.
Oh, I'm trying to think of who Jafar was.
She had that laugh.
Not super scary. You know who always kind of scared me was Ursula. Yeah, Ursula was scary. Yeah, she actually probably because she was an octopus or something, right? Or what was she? I don't even remember what she was.
Yeah, she was like a lady octopus.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you what my dad and my uncle used to do to my cousins and I as kids?
No.
Oh my God. So this is like when I picture Dad Ceruti, I totally picture you pulling this move. So my family had a lake house, and it was me and all my cousins, and we're all girls. We're all relatively the same age. And we loved The Little Mermaid. Absolutely loved. It was like on repeat 24/7.
Under the sea. I get it. Yeah, just on blast.
Who's it's and what's it's galore, Steve. So when we would take the boat out at the lake house, there was all of these little coves and inlets or whatever. And there was this cave that you could kind of go in near our place. And whenever we would be bad, my dad and my uncle would back the boat into the cave, and they said it was Ursula's cave. And so we would be screaming at the top of our lungs, like, no, we cannot go to Ursula's cave. And they'd be like, are you going to behave? Are you going to listen to us when we tell you to do things? And we'd be like angels for the rest of the trip because we were so afraid of Ursula's cave.
Again, this is where it comes back to, I feel like 90% of parenting is just scaring your kids into not doing stuff. Just telling them lies to like make sure they don't do shit and just be like, 100%. If you do this, this is going to happen. And it never does, but kids believe it.
I can just imagine my dad and my uncle laughing internally so hard at us, freaking out over some benign cave and like a rock wall, like a man-made probably rock wall in the Ozarks. And we're like freaking out thinking we're near death.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to Meg. Meg is my favorite Disney princess. Now that I think about it, I've had time to marry down. I did always like Belle, but Meg was cool because not only do I love that's my favorite Disney movie, but she's also funny. She like constantly makes fun of Hercules, and she's kind of like this independent person. And she's kind of like mysterious. She has this vibe. She's got a little dark side to her. Meg is my favorite Disney princess.
So she's the Beyonce of Disney princesses. She's independent. She's mysterious. She's beautiful. She's talented.
I would say she's more the Rihanna of Disney princesses.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Did you see Rihanna's dating A$AP Rocky?
I didn't. I don't even know what that means because I'm old, but okay.
You don't know A$AP Rocky?
I know who he is, but I haven't heard of A$AP Rocky song in forever. Is he still making music?
Oh, I'm going to send you some jams. When I went to New York, strictly A$AP Rocky on the plate.
Yeah, you're cooler than I am now. I feel like I'm slowly, you joke about dad me, but it's like actually happening. It's weird. I don't even have a kid. It's odd. I'm getting old.
What do you mean? Why do you feel old?
You know what's funny? You brought up chuggy a couple weeks ago, and I had never heard the term. And now I've heard it everywhere. I heard it on my Peloton ride yesterday. There was like a whole chuggy ride that was dedicated.
Was it Cody Rigsby?
No, it was like this blonde chick. I don't remember her name. It wasn't Olivia.
I forgot you're a Peloton rider now.
I'm on Peloton now, which is great, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I never thought I would be pumped up to work out to Vanessa Carlton, but here we are.
But sometimes, Steve, you're in the middle of a ride and they'll play an oldie, like a song that you didn't even remember was in the catalog, and you're like, here we go, and you remember every word. It's so fun.
Do you check the playlist before, or do you just say like trust the shuffle?
I trust the shuffle.
Okay.
Well, I'm exclusively Cody Rigsby for all of you fellow Peloton riders. I had tried Alex, I've tried Ali Love, and no disrespect to them, Cody and I just connect on a soul level. He plays all the songs I want to hear. He's so funny. He's so motivating. I grab some water, I grab a towel, I get my life together, and Cody and I can go on to the next part.
I'm trying to look up. I know I did an Olivia one. And I like Olivia.
Tough. Olivia is tough.
It was definitely the harder of the. I've only done two. It was the harder of the two for sure.
She is a little beast. That one. She will kick your ass.
But she had the Vanessa Carlton song. I'm like, this is awesome. Oh, here she is. Hold on. Who is this? I'm trying to click on her picture. It doesn't have a name. She's blonde.
I think it's Leanna.
No. Sorry. Hold on. Kendall Toole.
Oh, Kendall.
Kendall.
Yes, Kendall.
I enjoyed her class. Yeah, enjoyed her class. But she was talking about chuggy anyway, to get back to our main point. And she was basically talking about how she had just heard this word and then how, Gen Z people are making fun of millennials and calling them chuggy and why, it doesn't matter. Like and it just dawned on me, we have become the old people. It's weird. It happened like overnight, I feel like. When did this happen? Our music is weird. Our style is weird. Our decor is weird. Are we just outdated now? I mean, you're cooler than I am, so it's hard to say, but I don't know. It's weird. I in the last couple of weeks, like with all this chuggy talk, and I've heard it on a couple of different shows and different things I've been, seeing on Twitter and social media. I've never felt older as a dude. It's weird.
But back to our conversation about chuggy. All of these young kids who are trying to rip millennials, all of the stuff that they think is cool, we've already done it.
That's what Kendall said.
We can confirm that it's not cool. That's why I'm like, okay,
Middle
have
parts.
your moment, have your word with chuggy. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you in 5 years when you're looking back at these photos with your baggy jeans and your middle parts and you look like a butt and you have no shape. And then you're going to come around to the other side and you're going to say, you know what, millennials, we apologize. Those dances we made on TikTok, they don't age well. It's not a fine wine. Okay. It's like a White Claw. It hits immediately and then you're going to feel bad about it the next day.
That is a great analogy. And I will say we've sort of reached that. We're getting to that point in social media history where kids are going to have only grown up in social media. So you'll be able to see every part of their life through whatever social media platform it is. And it's going to be weird. Like imagine having a kid, like those kids will have kids like 10, 20 years from now. Everything that they did as a kid, their kids will be able to see. Isn't that weird? Like imagine your mom doing like a thotty TikTok dance and you're like,
oh
Mom,
my God.
ew.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I would die if I went back and saw what my parents were doing at our age.
I don't want my kids to I mean, I'm, there's nothing crazy on my social media, but like if I was 10 years younger, I would be right in that red zone where like all of my shit would be out there for the public to see, anyone, my kids, and they'd be like, Dad, what the hell were you doing? Why were you so weird? Why were you like, what's this middle part and these like bell bottom, weird platform shoe deals? Like you just look like an idiot. I'm like, I don't know, just the times. Sorry,
You'd
son.
be like, it's called Boy Meets World. Ever seen it?
Yeah, I don't know. But you're right. Like the style thing, that's what Kendall was saying is that they can make fun of us, but we did all this weird shit. I wore clothes that were way too big for me. And I look back and I go, that was stupid. Why did I do that? Now I actually wear clothes that fit and I feel like I look better. I don't know. So I don't know. To be young and ignorant.
You know what? Let them hate on us all they want. Like I so appreciate that they are feeling themselves, that Gen Z is feeling themselves, but I also kind of need them to shut up.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good combination of the two. It's like, yes, you have some good ideas, but you're not right about everything. Like settle down.
Right. Also, like if you think you're so Steve, let me just back this up a second. When I was rushing a sorority, you go down to the final three. And you have to pref them 1, 2, 3, and then it has to be a match on both sides. And I remember I was so stressed out because there was one I didn't really love. I knew I was going to pref that 3, but the other 2 I really, really liked. And when I went to house 1, they welcomed me in. They were like, we love you. We think you'd be such a great addition to our family. Like, we want you to meet this person and all of these things. And I was like, it just feels great there. Like, this is who they are. And I think I could be a part of this. I go to house number 2. They spent the entire time with me ripping house 1 because they knew I wanted house 1.
Okay.
So
not a good move for you. I know that.
Well, their tactic was these people suck. And you should join our house. Nothing about how great they are, right? And I feel like Gen Z is taking the same approach where they're ripping millennials and they're not really just standing in their truth, like thinking they're so cool. And if you have to rip other people, then you're not as great as you think you are. And that's what I'm seeing with Gen Z. It's like the fact that they're spending all their time ripping millennials, they don't feel too great about themselves. They know the TikTok is a little lame. They know the baggy jeans are going to go out of style. So if they have to spend so much time talking about us, I'm not concerned.
It's so funny. Isn't it just so funny how that works? It's probably every like 20 years or so. Like there needs to be like a decent gap. So I guess generation. Yeah. But that group just tries to be the exact opposite of the one before them. It's like, oh, they're wearing all skinny clothes. We're wearing all tight clothes. Like that was us, right? We started to evolve into the tight clothes thing. And then it's like, oh, tight clothes, get out of here. I'm wearing all this baggy stuff. And like the music is the same way. Like I feel like even with that Blinding Light song, we've kind of gone back to like the 80s with some of our music now. It's like, everything is cyclical. Like there's really nothing like, this is why my argument about stuff being timeless or not, like where it might not, I mean, movies are a whole different thing, but like music and style, that shit just comes and goes, and it can be updated a little bit, but this, like the baggy stuff, that kind of reminds me of a little bit of the 90s, right? Before we kind of, as we were growing up, everything was too big, even early 2000s. So we've seen there, we've been there, we've done that. And it's one of those things I've always said this, Ryan always says this too, is like, there's no generation where the older people don't shit on the younger people and just think like, oh, I don't understand the younger generation, right? It's always happened in the course of human history. But I've never felt like more like a group of the younger generation is so anti the older generation as it is right now. It's very weird. They just think that they're so smart. And I sound so old saying this right now, but like they have all these things that they want to do. And it's like, yeah, you don't think anyone's ever thought of this stuff before? Like, come on. Like, yeah, all right, everyone wants green energy and all this stuff and all this happy stuff. It's hard to get there. Like, we've been trying. I'm sorry. But like, it isn't just like snapping your fingers. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. So I feel like they think all this stuff is so easy. Right.
Steve, are they comfortable?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm asking?
No.
Are your white New Balance shoes comfortable?
Wait, I don't know what you're alluding to.
I'm saying that you're acting like a dad.
Oh, my Air Monarchs. Yeah.
Went right over your head.
My lawn mowing shoes. I don't even get jokes anymore. I'm getting so old. I was like, what are you talking about?
You know what the good news is? I've got something that will never go out of style. And I'm talking about a draft.
Yes. All right, here we go.
We're going to do a draft today. It's been a bit. The last one we did was the ESPN. Let me back up. The last one we did was the highly debated and highly discussed ESPN personality draft. So, Stephen, I thought it's been a few months. Let's bust out another one.
Yeah. And you want me to just outline it right now? I mean, we were trying to kick this around for a while. And we didn't know. And I was like, it's summer. Can we do something around summer? We do a lot of music. I don't know. I want to do something different. And you kind of proposed the idea of a barbecue. Like if we're going to, because what's more summer than a barbecue? I just started grilling. I grilled some kielbasa last night. Barbecue sauce, fantastic. Some like cut up peppers. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
You are a dad.
No, because I'm not that kind of guy that's like, as soon as it's like above 50, I got to get the grill out. I enjoy grilling, but I'm not one of those obsessive people. Like guys my age, even now, they're obsessed with like their green eggs and their Traegers. I'm not really, that's not me. I'll grill, a couple of hot dogs, some hamburgers, some corn, whatever, peppers. But I'm not like I don't consider myself an expert. I'm certainly not going to spend like multiple hours, like 12 hours smoking a brisket. I'm just not going to do that. I don't have time. I'll go to the store and buy it. But we were thinking, what's more summer than doing a barbecue in your backyard? And why don't we draft what our plate would look like? And I think what we're going to do is we're going to each have 5 slots. It's going to be one main plate or one main item, right? Your main deal. What are we doing? We're doing 2 sides.
2 sides.
A drink and a dessert.
Correct.
Is that correct? 5. So 5 things total. And I think I had the first pick I took Taylor Twellman first overall in the ESPN draft. So you have first pick.
Okay. So I have the first pick. And what are we going to call this? The BBQ Plate Draft? The Memorial Day Barbecue Draft? What's the name of it? Do you have one?
The Small Talk Welcome to Summer Memorial Day Barbecue Plate Draft.
Perfect. I love brevity.
Keep it simple.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So the Small Talk Welcome to Summer Memorial Day Barbecue Plate Draft.
Yep.
Amazing. With the first pick. And I thought a lot about this.
You don't have to go in order, by the way. You don't have to pick a main first. You can pick dessert first. You can pick a drink first. Okay. Correct. I just want to get that out there.
Thank you for that. But I am going to go with my main first because when you build the plate, there is one vehicle that you build around. This is the franchise quarterback. You need to make sure that you're picking a Trevor Lawrence, right? I don't want to roll the dice on a Trey Lance, okay? So which is why with the number 1 overall pick, I'm going hamburgers.
Yes. Yes.
Give me a minute here. Here's why. If I'm doing ribs, people are just going to eat the ribs the way that I do them. Brisket, same thing. With a burger, you get the classic burger that is going to be done on the grill to perfection. Some carbs in there because we're definitely going to be having some beers at the barbecue. So you're getting a carb element. And then you can build it as you choose. Steve, I know that you love a little avocado. You can throw some avocado on your burger. I like a lettuce, tomato, onion deal with some ketchup and mustard on top. Same. Some people like mayo and sriracha. So this is why if I'm building a plate for my barbecue, I want to make sure that I get a burger and I get all the accoutrements that I want on my burger.
Wow. Okay. Everything you said is right. I love a good burger at a barbecue. I feel like you can't really go wrong with the selection. I'm with you. Lettuce, tomato, mayo. You get a little special burger sauce on there. If you're feeling fancy, throw some avocado. You're right, bacon, whatever. I love a good burger. But if we're talking about in the backyard, and I'm on my grill and I'm cooking it up for like a group of people and we're having a good time playing some cornhole out back, I feel like you got to go all beef Frank hot dog. I'm sorry. I just feel like that is my favorite thing. It's the easiest thing to eat. You hold it. You can do other things. You can hold that, hold the beer. You can't really do that while you're having a hamburger. It's too messy, right? Especially if you do it right. And you can throw whatever you want on it. There's nothing more classic and American and barbecue in your backyard than an all beef Frank hot dog. So I'm not mad at you for what you did, but hot dog to me, if I had first pick, I would have taken hot dog.
You've spoken like someone that doesn't go to baseball games often, because I get my brat and my hot dog fill often at a baseball game. And the way that I view it is I'm never going to get a better dog than I can get at a game. There's a nostalgia factor there. The way they crisp it up a little.
They don't though. Totally disagree. No, because at baseball games, they don't do it on the fire top. They don't do it under fire. They boil it. And that's not what I want.
No, not the one I get.
Well, what do you get? Because all the ones that when the vendors they come with boiled hot dogs.
No, it's like a big brat.
Well, a brat and a hot dog are different things.
I'm just saying.
A brat is totally. We're talking about two different things here, Michelle. I just want to make that clear. A brat is totally different. A brat is more like a sausage. A hot dog, you cut that thing, you char it on the grill, it starts popping open. And by the way, I like mine well done, like borderline burnt. That thing could be black, and I love it. And you toast the bun up a little bit of you do ketchup, mustard, relish, or you could just put coleslaw straight on there, or some of your sides on there, whatever you want. I'm telling you, you're right. Like the nostalgia factor, or like the being at a ball game, I get that. Like there's like an aura about it. But the ballpark hot dogs, they're not charred. They're boiled. And so no way. I'm taking a charred hot dog in my backyard, number one pick. Listen, I don't think either of us lost here. I think we're still on a tie. But I'm just saying if I had first pick, I would have taken hot dog.
Okay. So am I up next, or are we doing snake draft?
Snake draft.
5. Okay.
Snake draft. And I'm terrified. I don't know where to go, because I was talking to you about this before, because I don't know what you like. I know you have the Midwest vibe. You also, I don't know if you're a mayo person. So I'm going to take I have to just pick the thing that I love the most.
Yeah, that's the approach.
And just like fingers crossed, go from there. And I don't think you're going to like this, but I don't care. Coleslaw. I just mentioned it. I need coleslaw. I love the crunch. I love the acidity. I love the mayo. As I just mentioned, you can put it on a hot dog. You can put it on a hamburger, and it's actually amazing. Bobby's Burger Palace. If you ever go to one, there's a chain. Bobby Flay, what's up? Look him up. He has this burger. It's one of my favorite that I've ever had. It's an all beef burger, cheese, barbecue sauce, coleslaw on a sesame seed bun, and it is as close to perfection as you could find. It's amazing.
Wow.
So
I praise
I like coleslaw on things by itself. You can jazz it up to make it a little spicy. Throw some cayenne in there, so some paprika in there. I don't know where you stand on coleslaw, but I absolutely love it. I think you need that acidic bite with like a lot of the other things that you get on your plate.
I am very pro coleslaw. Do not like coleslaw with mayo. Like it was a little vinegar based.
Vinegar, that's fine. You can do both.
You definitely could. Now, I hope what I'm about to pick is going to not receive any sort of hate from you. I hope you just allow this. I hope you hear what I have to say, you receive it, you marinate on it, and you accept it. Okay?
I mean, I'm like bracing myself for something weird. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay. With my second pick. So what is this? 4th overall?
Mm-hmm.
I am going with an Asian ramen salad. Have you ever had it?
My mom makes a mean one, but it's not my favorite thing. But I know my sisters love it. Maddie loves it. My dad loves it. So I'm not going to knock you for it. It's just not my favorite thing. But I get it. It's crunchy, right? It's like they don't really fully cook that.
I didn't know if you would allow it because it has a coleslaw base, but it's totally different. We're talking bell pepper. We're talking ramen. Sometimes we put a little chicken in there for fun.
It's almost like a pasta salad, really, more than it is a coleslaw.
Right.
So I'll allow it.
It has salad in it. I have a backup just in case.
I know why you picked. You need that kick. You need that acidity. That's exactly why I picked coleslaw. So I'm not going to blame you for it. It's not my favorite thing, but I totally understand.
Okay, I'm glad you allow it because I knew with some cabbage in there with some
Yeah.
coleslaw base, you might be upset.
All right, I'm up next. This is what, the fifth pick. So I got, again, I'm just going to pick something that I don't know if you like or not, but I know I love it. So I know I need it. I'm going potato salad. I love potato salad. Michelle, I love potato salad in almost every form. I mean, we're talking russet potatoes, sweet potatoes. We're talking Yukon Gold potatoes, red potatoes. I love potatoes, and I love the creaminess of like the mayo salad deal. And I like one with like, strictly celery, just for that nice crunch. You could throw some peppers in there. Again, you can mix this up too. You could throw a little heat in there, throw some cayenne in there, some paprika. I don't want to throw any weird things in it. I like to keep it pretty basic, but the creaminess of a potato salad, I mean, I honestly think I might like that more than coleslaw, but I kind of felt like I needed coleslaw to kind of balance my meal out more. So I feel like even though I may have had this higher on my big board, I got it later. So I love this. So give me potato salad.
There's only one potato salad on earth that I really enjoy, and it's from a local market here in St. Louis called Straub's, and it is a sour cream based potato salad. It is so good. That. It's devoid of celery because I hate celery.
Really? It doesn't taste like anything. You just eat it for the crunch.
It adds nothing for me. It doesn't. Absolutely nothing.
Michelle, it's not about what it tastes like. You need the crunch. Otherwise, it would be like mushad. It would be too, you know what I mean?
No.
You need that bite. That's why you add a little pepper, a little crunchy celery, a little whatever in there, because it can't just be it can't just be mushy.
I understand. And this doesn't necessarily have a crunch factor. It's the way they cook the potatoes in it that have that extra bite to them. So the potatoes almost crunch.
Oh,
it has
I don't like that at all.
No, it's great. I promise you, it's the best potato salad you've ever had.
I need my potatoes.
Other than that, I don't really love mayo based.
Yeah, I love mayo. I'm not afraid. I know mayo is like not cool anymore. I don't care. I love mayo. I like it on burgers. I don't like it on hot dogs. I like it in my coleslaw. I like it in potato salad. Give me all the mayo. I'm okay with it. I'm not dipping my French fries in it, but give me mayo.
Okay. Well, you can take your Hellmann's, and I'm going to see you. What I would argue is the most important and classic side at any barbecue. And we're going with pasta salad, my friend. That's what I'm picking for my third pick here. So I've got your delicious burger. We're going with a little ramen slaw. And then I'm getting a little pasta salad. Cavatappi noodles in there, maybe some bell pepper. If we're getting crazy, we could really Italian it up, throw in some mozzarella. We could get some salami in the mix, maybe chop up some pepperoncini, some banana peppers in there, vinegar based, beautiful. And again, a cavatappi noodle is perfect for you to stab with your fork on a plate. Yep. If you're standing up and having a combo, I can still do this. This is easy. I'm not hindered at all by this. And if you drop it on your shirt, it's not going to leave as big of a stain as something that's mayo based. And
I'm not worried about that.
I am. I mean, at barbecues, things get crazy. I could be playing bags. Maybe I'm playing a drinking game, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm playing horseshoes. What's that game called where you have the little metal circle and you throw it and it has to hit the hook on the wall?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We have that at my uncle's and it's very hard to do and very fun. We're playing that a lot. So if I have my plate in my hand and I'm throwing things, I'm unconcerned with a pasta salad. And it needs to be, as any good Italian, we need some pasta in the mix. So I need a pasta salad on the plate.
No, it's a great call by you. I mean, as an Italian growing up, the good Italian pasta salad with that like dressing almost. Yeah, you're right. Vinegar based. You can't go wrong with it. It's awesome. I actually grew up not liking potato salad or pasta salad. As an adult, I am obsessed with both of them. I eat both of them by themselves, period. All right. This is my fourth pick. And this is what, seventh overall. So I could go dessert or I could go drink. I think both of us actually could do that. Or I guess you could take another side and not take a dessert. I don't know.
I don't care.
Whatever you want to do. I need this. I'm going to go drink because I need this. I don't even know if you're going to take it, but I'm going with it.
I'm so nervous because there's only one drink I want.
I'm going a cerveza. I need a Mexican beer with a lime. Is that what you're going to pick?
Nope.
Okay. All right. But Michelle, I'm not even a big beer guy. I don't actually like IPAs at all. I don't drink them. I've been a big sour guy recently. No big deal. But I love cervezas. I love Mexican beer. It can be a Corona. It could be a Sol, which is my personal favorite. It could be a Modelo. It could be a Pacifico. I do not care. Just give me that with a lime wedge. And I could drink those literally all afternoon and feel fabulous. So any of those, give me Mexican cervezas, absolutely caps up. I needed it. So I'm putting that ahead of a dessert because I'm not being a big dessert guy. I need the Mexican beer at the barbecue.
Okay. I should have known that you would pick that because you've also on this podcast before expressed your love for cervezas. So I kind of had a feeling that might be coming. And you know what? Because you didn't snag my drink, I'm going to save that for last. That's really going to be my piece de resistance. I'm going to make sure and snag my dessert because I only had one dessert written down. When I'm at a barbecue, there's really only one thing that's going to make me stop what I'm doing and head to the dessert table. And I don't know how you feel about this. Actually, there's two things that I could go with here, but I'm going to do what my heart is telling me. And I'm going strawberry shortcake.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, it's fun. It's good. Wouldn't have picked it, but
it's a great summer dessert. Strawberries are in season. They are fresh as hell. You get the little biscuit in there. Depending on how you like it, you could go ice cream or Cool Whip, or you get really fancy and do like a creme fraiche deal. I don't even know. Some people get one time, Steve, I was getting really crazy and I was in charge of dessert and I made a strawberry shortcake with balsamic strawberries in there.
Oh, wow.
Little lemon zest on top. Amazing.
That's very you.
But a strawberry shortcake screams summer, and it is always a fan favorite. So I'm going strawberry shortcake for dessert. Now, after you make your dessert selection, I will then reveal what my other pick would have been.
Okay. So this is my last pick. So I'm going to just tell you, I'm stuck between two things. I'm not even sure one of them is actually a barbecue dessert. One of them is a dessert. One of them is not really. One of them is like kind of a dessert. Is pecan pie a barbecue summer thing, or is that more fall?
I've only ever had pecan pie at Thanksgiving.
Okay. I feel like I've had it at some, so I'm gonna skip it then. I love pecan pie, but I'm gonna skip it. It's really the only pie that I like. I don't apple pie I'll tolerate. Pretty much everything else I don't like.
Okay. I'm nervous here.
I'm not a big dessert guy at the barbecue place. So this is why I'm gonna go with like a hybrid deal. I'm going with cornbread. Cornbread, it's got a lot of sugar in it. So it's kind of desserty, but it's also savory. You get a little honey butter on there as like a nice night, like a cap at the end of your meal. And I feel like a lot of barbecue places, especially in St. Louis, probably in the South, they give you a piece of cornbread with your meal. So I kind of feel like this is acceptable. I think cornbread is going to count as my quasi like dessert / third side, if that makes sense.
I'll allow it. And great pick by you.
Thank you.
Great pick.
Yeah, I love good cornbread.
Especially with the honey butter.
Honey butter, maybe some jalapenos baked in, it could be good.
Well, I don't know if you get the honey butter and the jalapenos. Kind of.
Why not? It's like a little soothing action. Anyway, however you like it, you could do it. But cornbread is delicious.
So here are the two things that I was debating between. Key lime pie, because I love key lime pie. And I just went to a Low Country Bowl and I made a key lime pie and it was the bomb. It was the bomb. And number two, so random, brings me back to childhood, but I was going to go orange push pops.
Oh, okay. That's really like taking it to the childhood. Yeah.
But if you're at a barbecue, popsicles are usually involved somehow. And I was thinking red, white, and blue pops, like the rocket pops. Always.
Those are delicious.
But I really like a push pop. If someone's going to bust out, I don't even know if you can still get those at the grocery store, but that really is like the ultimate when I think about a barbecue as a kid, push pops.
Quick aside, what was your go-to at the ice cream truck?
I didn't go to the ice cream truck.
What do you mean?
We didn't have one that came to my neighborhood.
You never as a child, did you experience an ice cream truck?
Not one time.
What is happening in St. Louis?
Well, we used to go to the ice cream shop that was like up the street.
You never went on a place on vacation where they had an ice cream truck. Never once in your life did you go up to the window and order an ice cream on a truck.
No, I don't think so.
That's fucking insane. You missed out on one of the weirdest and coolest parts of childhood. I'm sorry.
I've heard the sirens before, or what are they called? Like the tune?
Yeah, like the chime or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, their calling card, their walk-up song I've heard. But I've heard it when I'm in New Jersey and my family lives right near the shore. So I would hear that sometimes.
I feel sorry for you. I really do. This is upsetting to me.
Really? It was that great for you to go up and
oh my God, you get an ice cream sandwich or you get like the SpongeBob ice pop or you get I asked because they have push pops. They have the Rockets, red, white, and blue thing. They have all these things that you said. But they just hit different because you got out of a truck from some random dude and it was awesome. And I'm not saying I had it all the time. It wasn't really in my neighborhood either, but we would do it when we go to the Cape or I don't know, like at baseball games, like when you're growing up playing Little League, they would always be around. Like you never went to like a Little League game ever and it was there?
Oh, I was going to the concession stand and getting like nachos or Skittles.
Well, you get that too. For mozzarella sticks are my go-to. But
nice.
I'm so disappointed. I feel bad for you. I guess we need to make that a reality. I don't know. I don't even know how we would do that. Mike Golick Jr. would be ashamed of you.
Would he really? Is this a Connecticut thing? I mean, I'm sure that there's ice cream.
I didn't think it was.
I don't know. Now I'm really trying to think, but I mean, my family's lived in like the same place for a long time, and I just never remember an ice cream truck cruising around. And quick aside, whether it's ice cream or a taco or whatever, anything that is given to out of a truck tastes better.
You're 100% right. And that actually brings me to the combination of those two things. Choco tacos, fucking banging. Might be the number one thing out of
the best.
I used to get those at school.
You know what I miss so much, and maybe I'll go get one, is a dip cone.
Dip cone's good too. Yep.
Dip cone hits so good when you crunch into it at first, when that shell breaks. Oh,
see, I always went Blizzard at Dairy Queen though. I don't get a cone very often there.
You're missing out.
Sorry.
Let me tell you. Wow.
All right, your last pick.
Such a loser now.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that. I feel like that would be like on your radar and you would have loved that. You've never experienced it. It's amazing.
I don't think I have. I need to consult with my family. Because
sounds like there's a business opportunity for someone in the St. Louis area.
I don't know, Steve. I feel like in 2021, adults driving around in vans, handing things to children might not play as well as it did when we were kids.
I think it's fine. I just think, it's not like I went up. There were adults around when I would go up to the thing. I wouldn't do it by myself. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable if my kid did it by himself, but I don't know. I think you're fine. I think you're overthinking this way too much. I mean, we think about Uber. We get in strangers' cars now. Who cares?
Yeah, but that's not kids.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're not like, it's usually at a baseball game where there's a million other people around. Like this isn't like an HBO special where a kid gets kidnapped or something.
I feel like my childhood is incomplete now.
It is. I honestly, I feel that for you. I wasn't going to say that, but now that you did, it does feel like that way.
Okay, well, next time I see an ice cream truck, I don't care what's happening. I don't care if I'm in a wedding dress.
Run that thing down.
Pull over and I'm going to get a Choco Taco and we're having a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at my plate here, Steve. I have a burger. I have ramen slaw. I have a pasta salad. I'm going strawberry shortcake, which means I need a beverage. And when I'm at a barbecue, there's only one beverage that I want, and I want several. And I'm going with a summer shandy. We're playing bags. We're playing drinking games. We've got tunes on, maybe a little Dave, which I know you'll hate, but I'll love.
Not allowed at the Ceruti house. No.
Steve Miller Band, maybe.
Love Steve Miller Band.
Throwing it back. And
Joker, let's go.
A summer shandy in my hand or some form of summer beer. Love a grapefruit radler. Shout out to Urban Chestnut here in St. Louis, who has the best grapefruit radler ever. But
so you're talking like Leinenkugels?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I love a good Leinenkugel. They got lemon, they got grapefruit. Oh yeah, peach. They're very good. Totally
very good. So give me as my beverage a classic summer shandy. I think I ran away with this. I'm not gonna lie. Hot dog as your first pick. My God.
Hot dogs are delicious. What do you mean? Hot dogs are they're the staple of America. It's a hot dog.
What is more American than a hamburger?
Hamburgers it wasn't a hamburger. Well, I guess the hamburger was invented in Connecticut.
Listen, it doesn't matter where it was invented anyway. It's what we've done with it. Okay, so Connecticut, it is American.
Shouts out to Connecticut. I guess, I don't know. Was it invented in Germany? I don't know. But I guess you could say hot dog, technically like bratwurst. That's a version of a hot dog, right? Exactly. We're invented in Germany. Germany has it, apparently. I don't know.
Just like
I like both of Hartford definitely has it too. I like both of our lists. I like if I had your plate in front of me, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be out of my mind excited about it, but I would eat all the things on there and be very happy. But it's just not my preference. I think my only concern with you is you went ramen and pasta salad, which are basically two pasta salads. Like I kind of feel like you slipped up there.
Totally different.
They're both acidic. I kind of feel like you slipped up there. I went acidic with the coleslaw and potato salad with creamy mayo. I just feel like mine's a little more well-rounded.
No, mine has the crunch of the ramen and then the heartiness of the pasta salad.
Are there or are there not two pastas in both of those? You have two pastas.
No, one's a ramen slaw.
It's a noodle. It's a pasta noodle.
No. Well, yeah.
It's a noodle. It's still a noodle. You went double noodle.
I went double noodle. You're right. But I'm not mad at it. I think it was a great choice.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to let the people decide. I don't know. Again, this is all personal preference. Obviously, we're going to pick our own. I don't know. I kind of see people leaning more towards mine because I think mine is a little bit more traditional. Neither of us are very exotic, but for you to like whip out the ramen thing, I don't know if that's super. I don't know if everybody's into the ramen thing, Whereas everybody likes coleslaw.
You haven't been to many barbecues here because everywhere I go, we got the ramen slaw working.
I would have picked
sunflower seeds. We've got the bell pepper in there. I mean, it's all happening.
I would have picked the broccoli slaw over ramen.
That was next up. So yeah. I had on my second tier broccoli slaw, and then I almost picked this because I thought you might, Mexican street corn.
I had it on my list, and specifically Mexican. I don't like corn on the cob, but Mexican street corn, that shit hits different.
Totally.
But I kind of have to be in a vibe. The other thing that's weird, did mac and cheese anywhere enter your list?
I actually was talking to my co-host Randy Carricker about this today. We were discussing my big board, and he loves mac and cheese at a barbecue, and he thinks that I should have had it on mine. He says major omission not having mac and cheese. So it was on the list, but the thing about mac and cheese, and this is what I tell him, is that it's so hot, and when you're eating outside and it's hot, it's if it sits too long, it's not good. Mm-hmm. It's just it's amazing, and if in its infancy, but it could go left.
I totally agree with you. I'll say this about mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, and I love it with barbecue food. Specifically love it with brisket, but I'm sitting down inside at a barbecue place. I'm not outside in the heat eating mac and cheese. That's indoor dining only. Yes. So that to me is the difference there. So that's why I didn't have it on my list. I just don't know if it's as versatile, but I love a good mac and cheese.
I thought the same thing about baked beans, which I love.
Love baked beans too. Not my favorite thing. It depends how they're made. Like I like, if there's little bacon bits in there and whatnot. But it wouldn't crack my top 5 sides probably though.
Okay, well, you had a hot dog, coleslaw, potato salad, a cerveza with a lime, and cornbread. I went a beautiful burger. We've got the ramen slaw in the mix, a pasta salad, cavatappi noodles, delicious.
Double noodles.
Double noodles. We're having summer shandies, and we're closing it out with strawberry shortcake. So we'll put up a poll or something.
Yeah.
Or if you think both of these plates suck, smalltalkpod.com. Let your thoughts be heard. I don't have a lot to say.
Don't yell at us with like, brisket or pulled. I don't know. We were just trying to keep it simple with the main thing. Like the only thing I was going to maybe pick was kielbasa, but I kind of feel like that's too fancy. Just keep it simple. I don't know. So don't yell at us if it's not fancy enough for you.
Well, let's get to a review, Steve, that tells us we're both wrong.
Oh, good. All right.
Literally, the title of the review is You're Both Wrong. 5 stars. Michelle, Birkenstocks are the best summer shoe, hands down. Disagree. Ceruti, you worked entirely too hard to justify your predisposition on DMB.
You're right. I'm not even going to argue that, but I've been marinating on this for over a decade. So I'm sorry. It's like one of those tics that I have where I've been developing that take for a long time. So you're right. I probably spent too much time on it, but I'm passionate about it.
You really are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? Your thoughts aren't going to change regardless of what I say or regardless of what our reviewer says or all of the emails that I have forwarded you from the website of people trying to convince you to give Dave a shot. You're not going to change your mind. This is a closed conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not. It's unfortunately, there's not going to be a day I wake up and be like, you know what? Crash. Not. Yeah. Ants. Yeah. Satellite. Let's go. No. Not gonna happen.
One day you're gonna send a link to Dream Girl to Maddie and say, you know what? This made me think of you.
Nope, not. Don't have that bone in my body, unfortunately. It must be genetic. It's just not gonna happen. Sorry, guys.
It's fine, but you're missing out. That's all I'll say about that.
Sure, I'll take your word for it.
I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day, holiday weekend, kicking off summer. I hope everyone has a great barbecue with some of these things in the mix. If you're not eating one of the things Steve and I picked this weekend, you're doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong. But Steve and I will be back in action next week. But until then, holding on AMC to the moon.
Shut up, Mayo.
Thanks for listening to Small Talk. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts or the Podcast One app.